What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, leaked footage, leaked audio of retired, legendary, iconic Hall of Fame superstar, 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, the man known as Money, Floyd Mayweather Jr., founder and CEO of Mayweather Promotions. He's taunting his biggest rival, longtime rival, okay? The biggest rival he had in his career to bolster his career to that next level, and that's Olympic gold medalist, 6th-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, pay-per-view king, the Golden Boy Oscar, the Golden Boy Dela Hoya, who is the founder and CEO of Golden Boy Promotions. Their fighters came together finally to have a mega massive pay-per-view showdown between undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis and lightweight, junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia. So they finally came together this past Saturday and they had their mega showdown. This fight was built as the Oscar De La Hoya Floyd Mayweather Part 2. If you remember, back in May of 2007, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, they broke all the records known to boxing when they came together and had their mega massive showdown, and they did over 2 million pay-per-view buys, okay? And at the time, that stood as the biggest pay-per-view event in boxing history. And since then, Floyd Mayweather has broken that record 10 times over. But nonetheless, Floyd Mayweather, his protege is Gervonta Tank Davis, who is a 3-division world champion who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight. Superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is now 29 wins, no losses, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. He took on Oscar De La Hoya's protege and fighter in King Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has a record of 23 wins now, 1 loss, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. It was a highly anticipated, mega massive showdown that drew the stars from all over, the entertainers from all over. If you was somebody that's anybody, you was attending this fight. And so with that said, they came together, and it was a highly anticipated fight. And obviously, there's a rivalry between Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya, huge rivalry, okay? There was a lot of trash talking and building up to their fight, and there was a lot of trash talking and building up to this fight. There's a personal gripe between the two. And Floyd Mayweather, he beat Oscar De La Hoya in that fight, and his fighter, well, in the second round of this fight, he dropped Ryan Garcia, and in the 7th round, he caught him with a liver shot, put him down, and that was it. He got a 7th round knockout victory over King Ryan Garcia. And so Floyd Mayweather starts to taunt and call out Oscar De La Hoya, who was essentially a sore loser when it was all said and done, because Oscar De La Hoya, he didn't even show to the post-fight press conference, and his excuse was that he got some serious threats and his security told him it was too high of a threat, that he had to get up out of there. So he had his CEO, he had the president of the company represent him, and his partner in Hall of Fame iconic superstar boxer Bernard the Executioner B-Hop the Alien Hopkins. He didn't show either because he was banned after alleged allegations put against him. And during the weigh-in, they had a scuffle and altercation where Bernard Hopkins touched Gervonta Tank Davis, and they were saying that there was a possibility that he had testosterone cream on his hands, and that's why he touched Gervonta Tank Davis. So it got a little bit out of control. But the fight itself, it lived up, right? As far as the entertainment value, it was, again, this was a popularity contest. This was a fight between the two guys who are highly recognized in the sport of boxing. And Ryan Garcia, he hasn't accomplished much in the sport of boxing. He's never won a world title. So obviously he's never fought for a world title. So if you don't do those, if you never fight for a world title, then you can't become a world champion. So his brand and his name is huge, based off of the potential that he has of, people looking at him as the next Oscar De La Hoya. And then on top of that, he does have, tools. He has extremely fast hands. He has power in both hands. He gets knockouts. So And then he built his brand outside the sport of boxing. He has endorsement deals with, Gatorade, the NFL, NBA. All of these companies, they back Ryan Garcia. 9 million Instagram followers. Then that's not to include the rest of his social media. So his brand is big outside. So you brought those two entities together and it made for a massive, massive event and showdown. And so Oscar De La Hoya afterwards, he stated he got threats, so he had to leave, right, immediately. Well, that's simply no excuse to leave this young man up there by himself, point blank and period. He left him up there by himself, and I'm proud of Ryan Garcia, and he got a new fan in myself. Well, I'm already a fan because I'm a fan of the sport of boxing, but I'm rooting for Ryan Garcia, right? His energy, his outlook, his maturity at 24 years of age with all the money that he has. Well, Ryan Garcia is focused, on, life itself. And so he sat there on the podium all by himself and he answered. Well, he wasn't by himself because his father, trainer, and manager, Henry Garcia, was there and his mother was there. And obviously his family members was there. But on the podium, his well-renowned Hall of Fame trainer, Joe Goosen, wasn't there. Didn't show. Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, they didn't show, right? So they left him up there and he held all accountability, right? He didn't place blame on nobody. He didn't make up a ton of excuses. He answered every question honestly. He said that he wasn't ready. He said that he lacked experience. He said that he made mistakes in the ring. He didn't make up no excuses. He conceded to everything they want because he wanted to make the fight. And so he did just that. Point blank and period. And he made no excuses. And they left Ryan Garcia out there high and dry. They left him high and dry, right? And Floyd Mayweather was calling out Oscar De La Hoya, saying don't leave, and calling him out and making fun of him, taunting him, right? And Oscar couldn't handle it once again. He when he lost to Floyd Mayweather, right, he was pushing for the rematch. He couldn't accept it. He couldn't handle it. He just couldn't. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't accept it. He couldn't deal with it. And once again, he dealt with it terribly, in my opinion. And then he just dropped a video and he talked about what took place and that he still back Ryan Garcia and all. When it all counted, you wasn't there at the end. They should have stood tall with Ryan Garcia at the end. He conceded to everything to make the biggest fight in boxing possible, right? He did everything at 24 years of age. He stood on his square. And yet they didn't stand with him when the dust cleared and he was a man down. No man left behind. Loyalty over everything. And they didn't display that at all. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is, man. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Peace.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.